Hello everyone, welcome to What If Deku Fell in Love with Misa Amane movie. Before we start, please go support Cesar Mendoza 290,316 for writing that awesome fanfic. This is the translated version I made. There will be some mistaken character's gender, but of course Deku is a male. Izuku, the new god of the world and husband of Misa Amane. Clarifications. Izuku will be betrayed and will have the death note. Izuku will have Shinigami eyes. Uraraka will be the super boar. Mirko will die. The ship will be Izuku x Misa. The fanfic will be short. It will be a crossover between My Hero Academia and Death Note. Izuku will not return to the UA. Ram is alive. Izuku will get great power. Chapter 1 Betrayal. Narrator. It was a normal day at the UA Academy where Izuku Midoriya, the ninth bearer of One for All and future symbol and future number 1 hero, studied. With his big heart and great charisma, he won the hearts of all the teachers and classmates who thought that Izuku was the best at everything and was Ochako Uraraka's boyfriend. Since after the rescue of Bakugo and the defeat of All for One, they became boyfriends and they were very close, and everything was happiness for our green-haired girl. What is our green-haired girl doing now? Izuku's pav. Izuku was in his room with a heart-shaped gold necklace since he had been dating Uraraka for months. Izuku. Well, I think Ochako will like this a lot. He said smiling and left his room and went to the second floor, which was for women, and was walking through the hallways of the rooms, but when he got to Uraraka's room, Izuku was confused since he began to hear some strange noises and at the door and hears something that completely breaks his heart since he heard Uraraka having sex with the one he considered his best friend like a brother Tenya Iida, and Iida was hitting Uraraka hard and Uraraka moaned like a bitch in heat and Izuku was crying silently and ran to his room down to the first floor and gets to his room where he throws himself on the bed and begins to cry inconsolably. And he wondered why he did that, like that he never left his room. Meanwhile in the teacher's lounge, all the teachers were gathered to talk about something important. Almight. Tell us, director, why you called us, said curiously. Nezu. Well, I just received an anonymous video that says it shows the true traitor of the UA. Almight. Let's see, play the video. Nezu put the video and in the video it showed Shigaraki waiting for someone in a super dark alley, and that to everyone's surprise and anger and fury, Izuku arrives with some folders from the UA and gives them to Shigaraki and the two they go in kurigiri, thus ending the video. Almight. That bastard lied to us, he said furiously. La King. There, we have to arrest that traitor. Present Mick. He saw our idiot faces. Sniper. There, we have to kill that traitor, they said furiously. So all the teachers began to throw curses at Asia Izuku, all except Midnight Izawa and Nezu, who were not fully granted the video since they knew Izuku perfectly until Izawa speaks. Izawa. Wait here, there is something that does not fit me, is why we believe a video that we do not know where it came from, that a true hero like Izuku. The truth is I do not think he is a traitor. Midnight. Yes, and the truth is that he confessed to me that that was his biggest dream as a child, to be a hero, not a dirty villain, they said seriously. Almight. Enough of cheap excuses, he is the traitor period, and tomorrow we will arrest him and take him to Tartarus, said angrily. All. Hi Almight. The next day we see Izuku sitting at his desk sad for what he saw yesterday. That's when Izawa arrives. Izawa. Midoriya, they are calling you in the direction. Izuku. I'm going. So Izuku went to the direction and they arrived and knocked on the door, where they received a pass from the director, and Izuku upon entering he saw that some teachers looked at him seriously and angrily except Midnight, Izawa and Nezu, who were somewhat nervous. Nezu. Young Midoriya knows why we called him. Izuku. No, because director, but receives a punch in the stomach from Almight. Almight. Enough of lying, damn traitor, said angrily. Izuku. Traitor, Almight, what are you talking about, he said hurt and confused. Almight. And no, on this putting the video. What they did not know is that Class A heard everything through a radio they had in the classroom and everyone began to curse Izuku, everyone except Jiru, Momo, Sai, Todoroki, Kirishima and Kaminari, since they believed in their best friend. At the end of the video, Izuku was completely shocked by what he saw. Izuku. That's not me, I swear, please believe me, he said through tears. Almight. Shut up, kicking him. Almight. You're trash, give me back the One for All, he said furiously and taking a hair and eating it and was about to hit him again, but Izawa and Midnight stopped him since Midnight used her scent and Izawa was watching. Midnight. Run Izuku. Izawa. Run, my offspring, escape. So Izuku began to run through the halls of the UA, but a kick from Iida sends him far away, thus falling at the entrance of the school, and the whole class comes out and begins to hit Izuku brutally. Bakugo. You damn liar, you have lied to us all this time, giving him a huge explosion that sent him far away. Uraraka. I can't believe I had a damn traitor as a boyfriend, but you know one thing, kissing Iida and Bakugo, I have cheated on you all this time with my two boyfriends, and they were capable of giving me everything and more in bed, he said shamelessly, but receives a great shock from Kaminari. Kaminari. Run Izuku, run. Hiroshima. We distract them by activating their quirk. Sai. Why do we believe in you, he said smiling. Izuku. Thanks guys, he said through tears. Momo. Run, Izuku runs, creating some bombs and throws them at everyone, and everyone was going to attack those defending Izuku, but Jiru launches a large sound wave that breaks everyone's eardrums, and Kaminari would launch a powerful discharge, and Kirishima would hit everyone, and Todoroki freezes the floor immobilizing everyone, and that's when All Might arrives, and not that everyone and Izuku was running through the forest, but a kick stops him. All Might. Now die, traitor, said angrily. Inko. Leave my son alone, running to help Izuku. Izuku. Mom, but see how she receives a great explosion from Bakugo and Iida gives him a strong kick that breaks his ribs. Izuku. Leave the damn, yelling super furious and pouncing on them, but All Might grabs Izuku and slams him against some trees and grabs Inko. All Might. Say your last words, damn bitch. Inko. Izuku, my baby, promise me that you will become a great hero for me. I want to see you succeed, and I will always be proud of you, my baby, I love you, Izuku said between tears and spitting some blood, and that Bakugo would throw a huge explosion on his back, thus killing her. Izuku. No, damn, he said furiously and was going to hit him, but All Might punches him that makes his skull break, causing too much bleeding, so they believed he was dead, and All Might grabs the bodies and throws them to a waterfall, and the bodies were floating and reach ashore. Elsewhere, a demonic being saw everything. Poor boy had a very bad time today seeing Izuku. And what do you plan to do, Ryuk said curiously. Ryuk. What does it matter, I'm going to help him, getting up. Sido. Seriously, how weak you are, helping a mortal, and why, curious. Ryuk. Because I'm already very bored of being here, the truth, and also I think he wants to be a hero, not like the other remembering someone. Sido. Yes, you are strange, but it's okay, go take care. Ryuk. Goodbye Sido, see you later. So taking out his wings and begins to go down to the ground and reaches the bodies of Inko and Izuku. Ryuk. Really, this boy is still alive, wow, he impresses me better. He helped him by putting his hand on Izuku's eyes and begins to treat him for all his wounds, and Izuku wakes up. Izuku. What happened, super confused. Ryuk. I see that you are okay now, boy, he said sinisterly, scaring and horrifying Izuku. Izuku. QQQQ, who are you, he said horrified. Chapter 2 of Death Note. Izuku. QQ, who are you, said nervously. Ryuk. Calm down, boy, I won't hurt you, said sinisterly. Izuku. But who are you, confused. Ryuk. My name is Ryuk and I am a Shinigami, said sinisterly. Izuku. QQQ, that a Shinigami, but not that it was just a legend, said confused. Ryuk. Well, now you discovered that I am very real. Izuku. But why did you help me? Ryuk. Because I saw what they did to you, the truth, and you gave me a lot of pity, so I wanted to help you, and by the way, she came with you, right, pointing at Inko, and Izuku is horrified to see his mother's body in a large pool of blood. Izuku. Mom, please wake up, please don't leave me, please, I beg you, he said, crying, moving Inko's body, thinking that she was knocked out, but the sad reality is that Inko has already passed away, making Izuku cry inconsolably. Ryuk. I'm so sorry for your mother, but at least she is with God. Izuku. But what you say, what do you know about God? If you are a demon, a god of death, you take souls and kill them every day, he said furiously and crying inconsolably. Ryuk. No, seriously, your mom is already in heaven with God, pointing above. Izuku. You don't know anything, you are the damn death itself, he said furiously, but Ryuk grabs him by the face and teleported him, and Izuku and Ryuk were in a super white place, but the peace of that place was calm and very beautiful. Izuku. Where I am, confused and seeing the place. Ryuk. Welcome to heaven, Izuku. Izuku. How shocked, but he was in shock since he was seeing his mother in a big robe and angel wings. Izuku. Mom, happy mom running towards her, but an invisible wall stops him. Ryuk. I'm sorry, Izuku, but you can't pass since only souls can pass and you are not dead, Izuku, I'm sorry. Izuku. Mom, it's me screaming. Ryuk. They can't hear you either, I'm sorry. Izuku but is surprised, oh no. Izuku. What's happening, confused. Ryuk. Here comes. Izuku. Who said confused. Ryuk. Look at you, pointing in front of you. So the two were very surprised since a great light appears in front of Inko, but that light released an aura of peace and tranquility, and the light stops shining, showing nothing more and nothing less than God. God. Well, Inko Midoriya, your time has come, my daughter. Inko. Okay, but my son will be a great hero. God. No. Inko. What? Odd. He will not be a great hero, he will be the greatest hero of all, and the best hero of all, said smiling. Inko. How good, my son will be a great hero, but I want to be here to see him grow as a hero, he said sadly. Odd. I know you want to see him, but don't worry, here you'll be seeing him here, he said smiling. Now come, my daughter, since your relatives are waiting for you. Inko. It's okay, Izuku, I know that someday you will come here, I will be waiting for you with great anticipation. Don't worry, my baby, I will be watching you and my grandchildren grow up, she said smiling, bringing tears to your eyes. Odd. The time has come, my daughter, stretching out her hand. Inko. Goodbye, Izuku, my beautiful baby, my hero, my world, she said smiling. So the two enter through a large illuminated door and Izuku and Ryuk return to the human world. Izuku. What just happened, shocked. Ryuk. You saw you're with God now, do you believe me, he said sinisterly. Izuku. Yes, okay, I'm sorry to see you, yelled. Ryuk. It's okay, he said smiling. Izuku. Well, at least I will know that my mother is already in a better place, let's leave here, he said sadly, stroking Inko's hair. A few minutes passed where Izuku with his own hands buries Inko in a small part of the forest and covers the body with earth and leaves her a little cross there. Izuku. Thank you very much, Ryuk, for helping me, I really don't know how to thank you. Ryuk. I already know how, Izuku said macabrely. You want my soul with fear. Ryuk. What I want is an apple. Izuku. A confused apple. Ryuk. Yes, I want an apple since in the Shinigami world they're but super rotten, but I know that in the human world they are rich and juicy, and that's why I want an apple. Izuku. Ah, okay, then follow me, I have many in my house. Ryuk. Okay. So the two went to Izuku's house discreetly, but no one knows that Izuku was still alive until he arrived at the house, where he takes a key from the mat and opens the door, and Izuku sits on the couch to reflect a bit, and Ryuk was eating apples. Izuku. Hey, Ryuk. Ryuk. What's wrong, Izuku, eating apples? Izuku. Why do I see everything red, and why do my eyes are red, he said confused since he was seeing everything red. Ryuk. Oh yes, it's true, I gave you some eyes, the eyes Shinigami, since this way you will be able to know how much they are going to die and their entire name, and you can kill them with your death note. Izuku. And what is a death note? Ryuk. Oh yes, it is true, finishing his apple. The death note is a notebook where you can write any name, but with the difference that they die quickly or in a very horrible way. But if you do not specify what they are going to die, they will die of a heart attack, but I assure you that if they are going to die and you have those eyes so you can see the names and the age and date of when they are going to die, he said sinisterly, and giving him the death note, and Izuku touches it and begins to read the instructions. Izuku. But seriously, if it is going to work, curious. Ryuk. Check it out yourself. Izuku. Turning on the TV, seeing that there was a thief in the middle of a robbery and shooting all the police officers and heroes, and Izuku grabs a pen and began to write the name of the criminal. Izuku. Good, and now how curious. Ryuk. Him like. Izuku. Writing, look, showing the sheet that would be run over. Ryuk. Let's see the spectacle, grabbing an apple and eating it. Izuku. But seriously, if it's going to happen. And that look at a patrol that runs over the criminal in a horrific way, leaving the body all destroyed. Izuku. AI is screaming, terrified. Ryuk. Laughing terrifyingly. Listen, I must separate the wheat from the chaff, okay? If you don't want the death note, okay, just leave it somewhere, and in several days I will find a new owner and take out your eyes, and let's pretend we had not met. Izuku. No, Ryuk, standing up. Finally, evil is going to end thanks to me, and the villains will never exist again, because I will be here, I will be like a god, he said macabrely, while his eyes lit up with a bright red. Ryuk. This will be interesting, eating apples. Chapter 3, Misa Amane. Narrator. The days would pass in which everyone was super celebrating because they thought they had killed the traitor of the UA, everyone except Izuku's real friends, since they were sad that Izuku had died, and Izuku's friends went to look for Izuku's body and found it, but not Izuku's body, only Inko's, thinking the worst that the League of Villains took him to turn him into a Nomu to be their slave, and they held a funeral for Inko, where Mitsuki would not stop crying for her son and her best friend, and Bakugo just remained silent since he was Izuku's murderer, and they buried her in a grave, and on the tombstone it said, "I love your son whether he is a traitor or not," and these days all Izuku's real friends always looked for information that Izuku was always innocent, so at least everyone would know that Izuku was always innocent, and these days all the heroes were super confused since they always found the dead heroes, and when they were about of catching them always gave them a heart attack. This made the heroes too confused since they did not know what was happening, since more villains and thieves always died, something that confused them to this day. And what does our green-haired narrator? Izuku was walking through the streets of Japan with a bag of apples since he went to try apples for Ryuk. Flashback. Ryuk. As if they ran out of apples, Izuku with fear. Izuku. Yes, they have already run out. Looking at the refrigerator, seeing that there are no apples. Ryuk. Let's get more apples please since I want to eat one. Izuku. I don't know since it is not yet clear that I am innocent. Ryuk. Please Izuku, do you know if I don't eat an apple I get Tourette syndrome? Izuku. The curious Tourette syndrome. Ryuk. Yes, since cigarettes and alcohol for humans are an addiction, but for me it is my addiction. If I don't eat an apple I start to squirm a lot. Izuku. How about tomorrow we go to the supermarket to buy apples, since maybe I recognize someone since everyone thinks I'm dead, maybe someone sees me, maybe they'll put me in jail, but see that Ryuk was writhing. Izuku. What's wrong? Ryuk. The syndrome has started, please buy me an apple, please Izuku crying comically. Izuku. Okay well let's go. With a drop of sweat he puts on some black Vans with a white stripe and black clothes and a black sweatshirt along with some dark glasses, a black mask and a cap. Izuku. Well let's go quickly. Ryuk. Thank you very much Izuku flying out of the house. End of flashback. Ryuk. Thank you very much Izuku for buying me many apples. Happy. Izuku. Don't talk to me. If I talk to you maybe they will think I'm crazy, whispering super low. Ryuk. I understand but thank you for buying me many apples. Izuku. You have nothing good for a few weeks or days and please throw the hearts in the trash please, then I'll see them lying on the floor. Ryuk. It's okay. Izuku. That's good, at least the apples were cheap. Looking at the price list, seeing that it cost yen. But suddenly Izuku collides with someone and falls to the ground. Izuku. I'm sorry, I was distracted, forgive me, I didn't notice him gathering his apples. No, you excuse me, I was distracted too, sorry. Picking up his bag. Izuku. It's okay, I forgive you, but I apologize too, sorry, I was distracted. Getting up and stretches out his hand to gather the girl. Thank you, how gentlemanly. Getting up. Izuku. Oh, bending down, he takes your glasses, but he is in shock since he was not seeing the date of the girl's death and was looking up seeing another Shinigami. What are you looking at, Brad? It would be. Izuku. You also have a death note. Scared. Hey, don't be scared, let's go to my house to talk about this. Don't faint now, something would be. Izuku. If it's okay with a little fear. So Izuku and the girl went walking, but to Izuku's strangeness, some people asked a girl for photos, something that confused Izuku, and they arrived at a luxurious apartment building, where they enter, they go to an elevator, they go up, they arrive at an apartment where they enter. Izuku saw that it was something elegant and very luxurious. Sit on my chair. Izuku. Thanks, sitting down. Well, first introduce yourself since you look like someone small. Smiling, blushing Izuku, since the girl had a beautiful smile. Izuku. My name is Izuku Midoriya, I am years old, my dream is to be a hero, and I am a person who does not laugh at all, he said smiling. Now tell me what your name is. Curious. My name is Misa Amane, I am years old, and I am a super famous actress and model, said happily. Izuku. Really surprised. Misa. Yes, I am very famous in all of Japan. Izuku. Sorry, is that I never met you. Misa. Wow. Ryuk. A few years ago a young man named Light Yagami had the death note and I think he went crazy because he always killed daily and sometimes he did not sleep. You know Izuku, I had to kill him since he always killed and I killed him. Also he did not give me apples. Misa. Also he is my ex-boyfriend, only used me because he had Shinigami eyes, and also he always insulted me and mistreated me and I was stupid that he only let me use him, and once I was going to commit suicide since I could not live without Light, but thanks to Ren since he revived since he sacrificed himself for me, and thanks to Ren, he gave me another reason to live, said sadly, remembering the past that made Izuku shocked and angry for Light since he used Misa, something that Izuku stands up and hugs Misa very tightly, which would blush a lot. Izuku. Do not worry Misa, that idiot will never know the great woman you are. That idiot did not deserve you and I hope he is in hell for being an unfortunate person, he said smiling, hugging Misa. Misa. Thanks Izuku, I know this is sudden, but do you want to be my best friend? Izuku. Yes, of course I want to be your best friend, he said smiling. Well, now I have to go do something, see you tomorrow. Misa. Goodbye Izuku, take care of yourself and your Ryuk. Izuku. Ryuk. See you tomorrow. Misa leaving Misa's apartment. Ren. It gives me a bad feeling that Midoriya would be. Misa. Calm down, I laughed, I know what his full name is so I can kill him if he does something bad to me or with you, it would be grabbing his death note. Izuku. Why did I feel a chill down my back, half scared? Chapter 4. Thanks Izuku. Narrator. The days would pass in which Izuku and Misa already knew each other more and more and became close to each other, and Izuku would always visit her at her apartment since he knew where she lived, so he always visited her, and sometimes he helped Misa with shopping or making her food since she did not know how to cook, something that made Misa happy since she discovered that Izuku was not a pervert or a degenerate since he treated her with respect and affection like a queen, something that she liked a lot about Izuku. And in these days Izuku and Misa always wrote daily in their death notes to finish off the villains once and for all. The heroes were always confused since they always found the villains dead of heart attacks or dead in super horrible ways, something that confused the heroes since it is not normal for villains to die quickly. Some villains were afraid that someone is behind the deaths of the other villains. Everyone was somewhat worried since they were afraid to go out because they did not know if would be the next to die soon. And what does our green-haired narrator do now? We see Izuku sitting in his living room thoughtfully while he had his pen. He was super thoughtful. Ryuk. Something happens, eating an apple. Izuku. Nothing thinking. Ryuk. What are you thinking? Izuku. Is that I try to think what is the name of the villain Shigaraki tomorrow. Ryuk. Well, Shigaraki tomorrow. Izuku. I discovered that no, since I put it and nothing happened, not even news that he died. Ryuk. Maybe, but if you watch a transmission of him maybe you can find out his name, since with that photo it will be useless. Izuku. You're right, well I think today we are going to go see mass. Ryuk. Fine, but take some apples please. Izuku. Okay. But suddenly someone knocks on the door. Izuku. Who is confused, but they knock hard on the door. QQQ, who is with fear activating the one for all. A percent since he discovered that he had the one for all still in, that's why he activates it and slowly approaches the door where they are surprised since he was seeing Rem. Rem. Hello, seriously coming in. Izuku. What's wrong, Rem? Izuku. What's wrong with Misa? A little worried. Rem. I don't know why he started feeling super bad and now he's in bed, he said it would be. Izuku. Not there, maybe he's serious. Better I go. Quickly taking his black sweatshirt and putting on his black Converse and quickly leaves his house and goes to Misa's apartment. Rem. He really worries about her. Ryuk. Don't even say it, he always talks to me about her, always leaving the apartment. Let's go at once. Rem. I wouldn't miss this. But Izuku. Izuku was running quickly until he reached the apartment where he goes up the elevator and reaches Misa's apartment where he opens it since he had a copy of the key and enters seeing Misa covered in the armchair. Izuku. Misa, running it to her, are you okay? Misa. Izuku sick, yes I'm okay he said smiling weakly and coughing. Izuku. No Misa you are super bad, but calm down I'm here do not worry said smiling. Misa. Thanks Izuku coughing. Izuku. Well just stay here now I'll be back he said smiling and leaving the apartment. Rem. Yes he loves you very much. Misa. How super blushed and he doesn't only love me as a friend, we are just friends super blushed. Ryuk. More than friends they seem more like a cute couple he said smiling blushing to Misa. But Izuku. Izuku. Well I already bought all the medicines and the ingredients for the soup for Misa-chan said smiling, but he sees something that made him angry and that is that there was Uraraka and Iida and Bakugo taken from the hand, but what made him smile was that it showed the date of death of the Izuku. I'll just wait until next year he said smiling and leaving. Minutes later. We see Izuku in the kitchen of Misa preparing dinner while Misa was lying down until Izuku arrives. Izuku. Well Misa here is the food bringing the spoon closer to her, open your mouth. Misa. Thanks Izuku drinking, God is super good, where did you learn to cook very rich drinking more soup? Izuku. My mother before passing away taught me how to cook she said smiling a little sad. Liaz. I'm sorry to ask that but at least you have me by your side she said smiling. Izuku. Yes you're right Misa-chan said smiling. DM. Doctor. Well Misa inhale and exhale checking Misa's lungs with a stethoscope and Misa inhales and exhales normally while the doctor checked her lungs and heart and stops checking them. Doctor. Well you can get off the. Misa gets off a stretcher and sits next to Izuku. Izuku. And well doctor how are you? Doctor. It's nothing serious you just need a little rest and some medicine to calm the fever, nothing else I'll just give you some pills for the fever nothing else. Izuku. Okay it's fine. Minutes later. We see Izuku and Misa walking calmly it was already night. Misa. Izuku really thank you very much for everything you do for me really. Izuku. No there Misa I do it because you matter to me a lot and because I love you too much said smiling. Misa. Really do you love me said blushing. Izuku. Yes I love you like a friend she said calmly and Misa felt a great pulse by the word best friends. But. Extra. Oh my god but if it's Misa Amane said happily. Misa. Oh hello she said happily and a little uncomfortable since he was a fat geek and was wearing a t-shirt and pants with her image. Extra. my god, can I hug you please?" said happily. Misa. Yes of course, a little uncomfortable. At that the fat man hugs her and was about to grab Misa's buttocks, but she grabs her chest hard. At that moment she died there. Izuku. Sorry, it's that fat shit wanted to grab your buttocks, and I see he's a fan of My Little Pony. Disgusted by the fat man, but Misa hugs him very tightly. Misa. Thank you very much Izuku for helping me, I really appreciate it, said happily. Izuku. No, there you go Misa, I will never let anyone hurt you, he said smiling, hugging Misa tightly. Chapter 5 I Love You Izuku. Narrator. The days would pass in which Izuku and Misa had a wonderful time, since they were now very close to each other. These days all the heroes were super confused since it has been weeks since they found many villains and thieves dead from heart attacks or from such gruesome deaths, since sometimes they found them super dead in very horrible ways, but something that confused them was that some heroes also found them dead in very strange ways, something that confused thousands of people since they did not really know what was happening currently, and these days Izuku and Misa had a wonderful time since they became very close to the point that Izuku sometimes slept in Misa's apartment, something that did not bother her, rather she loved it very much since Izuku was with her more, and these days Misa began to feel something when she was near Izuku, her heart beat too hard, and she realized that she had fallen in love with Izuku, since she fell in love with his chivalry, kindness, affection and above all everything that is not a pervert that made him fall in love a lot with Izuku, and Izuku also felt the same with Misa, since he had fallen in love with Misa for everything that was Misa, but both were afraid to declare themselves, since they thought that both were going to reject each other, something that they were very afraid of, and what do they do now? Narrator. We see Misa and Izuku in Misa's room. Izuku. Well now there were villains, the best of all is that they were dangerous villains. Misa. Yes you're right, all thanks to you Izuku, hugging him, you know he never told you, but I will always consider you my favorite hero, he said smiling, hugging Izuku. Izuku. Thanks Misa-chan, blushing, well I have to go, it's a bit late, and besides Ryuk wants apples, seeing that Ryuk was squirming, since he wanted an apple. Misa. Okay Izuku, I'll see you tomorrow, giving him a kiss on the cheek. Hey you look like a big strawberry, he said smiling, seeing Izuku who was blushing. Izuku. Okay I'm going, he said blushing, see you tomorrow, Misa-chan said smiling. Misa. See you said smiling, seeing that Izuku closed the door. Bram. You like him right? Misa. No, I just love him very much like a great friend, super blushed. Bram. Seriously, and why do you turn red when I mention it, tell me the truth, serious. Misa. Boo, well yes I really like Izuku. Bram. Why? Misa. Because he is kind, cute, chivalrous, handsome and above all he is not a pervert set in love. Bram. Why don't you declare yourself to Izuku, curious? Misa. Yes I want to, but I'm afraid he will reject me. Bram. If in truth your love would not be with you all day, besides he worried a lot when you got sick, so he does love you too much. Misa. You're right, she said smiling, you know I'll call him for an appointment, he said happily, grabbing his cell phone, called Izuku. Izuku. Well, answering. Misa. Hello Izuku-kun. Izuku. Oh hello Misa, what's up? Misa. I was wondering if you have plans for tonight. Izuku. No, because I'm curious. Misa. Do you want to go somewhere I don't know to have a drink? Izuku. Okay, since I have nothing to do at night. Misa. Okay, I'll pick you up in my Ferrari, he said happily. Izuku. Okay, then at. Misa. I'll be there. Already at night. Izuku. Well Ryuk, I'll go out for a few hours, don't destroy the house, please, putting on a black tie, since his tuxedo will be completely black. Ryuk. Okay, but what about the apples? Izuku. They are in the refrigerator, but here's a horn honk, it must be Misa. Goodbye Ryuk, take care of the house, leaving the house where he goes down the stairs and goes to Misa with his Ferrari. And that Misa gets out of her Ferrari. Misa. Hello, Izuku. Izuku. Wow, that's your car, surprised. Misa. Yes I got it thanks to my career as an actress, now get in. Izuku. Okay, gets in, wow it's more luxurious inside, also grabs putting on the security guard. Misa. Thanks Izuku, now let's go to a somewhat elegant bar that I usually come to on my break, starting the car. Izuku. But I don't drink. Misa. Don't worry, they also sell lemonades or soda, even water. Izuku. Okay. So the two went to the bar where they arrived. Misa. It's here, parking and getting out of the Ferrari. Izuku. Wow, it's something elegant getting out of the car. Misa. Yes, it's very elegant, that's why I like to come here, but come on, let's go in at once, pulling Izuku. Izuku. Okay. Hours later. Izuku. Misa, how about we go now, a little blushed since Misa was hugging him and kissing him on the cheek, licking her cheek since she was super drunk. Misa. No Izuku, Hig, the night Hig is young Hig super drunk, licking her cheek. Izuku. Okay, you are very drunk now, we are leaving the table, and he carries Misa like a princess and takes her to the Ferrari, where taking the keys out of Misa's pocket and they both get in and Misa was super drunk that she couldn't drive. Izuku. Very, and now how do you turn on a Ferrari? Confused since I had never driven a Ferrari. Izuku. This will be by turning on a button where the lights turn on, I really don't know where it turns on. Confused and presses a button that turns on the car. Izuku. Oh, this one is happy, putting on his seatbelt just like Misa. Well, how did he drive? Confused. I hope not to crash the car or Misa will kill me with fear. Starting to drive super crooked and already on the street, Izuku drove super slowly and somewhat fast until they arrived at the parking lot and the two get out of the car, but Misa was so drunk that she couldn't stand like that Izuku carried her to his apartment where the two arrived. Luckily Ryuk and Rem weren't there, so he went to the room where he puts Misa to bed and covers her. Izuku. Well, Misa, I'll be back tomorrow, he said smiling, but Misa gets up and gives him a big hug. Misa. Don't go, Hig. Izuku. It's okay, I won't leave here, he said smiling. Misa. Don't ever go, love. Those words touched his heart a lot, and what made him blush was that Misa gets up a little and gives him a kiss that expressed all the love she felt for Izuku for a long time, and she begins to take off his shirt and she takes off her dress. Lemon skipped. So they had their unforgettable first time. Chapter 6, Izuku, Misa vs Sasaki. Narrator. We see Izuku and Misa sleeping peacefully after the great night of passion they had, and Misa had a huge smile since she gave her virginity to Izuku, and now it was only for her and she did not share, but the alarm clock began to wake up and Izuku turns off the alarm clock and looks at Misa, who was smiling while hugging him tightly while caressing his hair. Izuku. How cute you are when you fall asleep, love, caressing Misa's hair. Misa. Thank you, love, waking up and giving Izuku a kiss. Good morning, love. Izuku. Good morning, love, giving him a kiss, and the two get up. So what are we now? Misa. The most obvious Izuku boyfriends and very soon husbands and very soon parents, said smiling, although it was not the way I wanted to confess to you. Izuku. Are you serious? Misa. Yes, Izuku, I really love you. Since the day I met you it was love at first sight. At first I denied this, but I can't hold it back anymore, she said happily. Izuku. So now we are boyfriends and very soon husbands, he said smiling, standing up and grabbing his pants and his boxers and his shirt and putting them on. Misa. Yes, but I want you to remember these words. Izuku, Midoriya said seriously. Izuku. What words? Misa, confused and scared, and Misa puts him to bed. Misa. If you ever cheat on me or I see you talking to another girl behind my back or you cheat on me or have a lover, I will put your name in the death note and you will die in the slowest and most painful way. Do you understand? She said sinisterly, making her eyes light up an intense red, making Izuku get scared, but Izuku gets out of Misa and stands up and takes her by the shoulders. Izuku. Misa, listen to me carefully. I know you're afraid that I'll be unfaithful to you, but I'll never be unfaithful to you since you're the woman I love too much. Misa. It's that I'm afraid that you'll be unfaithful to me. Izuku. Why do you think that? Confused. Misa. For God's sake, Izuku, look at you, you're what every woman has wanted in a handsome, affectionate, kind, chivalrous, attentive man. You meet all of that, love. Izuku. You're right, but you know that I would never notice another woman more than you, said smiling, blushing at Misa. Misa. Okay, but you are warned something serious. Izuku. Okay, and now let's have breakfast. By the way, you can't walk. Misa. My legs don't hurt much, she said smiling in pain. Izuku. Okay, let me help you. So Izuku puts some bread and a sweater on her and carries her like a princess, and they go to the kitchen where they see Ryuk and Rem. Ryuk. Well, what will the babies be called? Eating an apple. Misa. Maybe Brad for Brad Pitt or Johnny for Johnny Depp, blushing Izuku. Rem. How cheesy. Ryuk. I'm just warning you that the baby could see me, and Rem as if nothing, said calmly. Izuku. Oh, I see, well then let's have breakfast. Week later. We see Izuku and Misa in a cafeteria. Misa. Izuku. Izuku. Yes, what's wrong? Smiling. Misa. You've been very thoughtful lately. Something's wrong, honey, something worried. Izuku. No, nothing, it's just that I was just thinking about something. Misa. If it's a problem, can you tell me, since apart from being your girlfriend I'm your best friend and that's what friends do, telling each other their secrets and truths and problems, so I will always be your best friend, said smiling. Izuku. Gale. Misa. Who is Gale? Confused. Izuku. That's what I want our son to be called, Gale Midoriya Amane, after the actor Gael Garcia Bernal, who gave voice to Hector in Coco, the one from Amores Perros, the one from Old the New, and the one from And Your Mom Too, he said smiling. Misa. Wait, you said, son, super surprised and a little blushed. Izuku. Yes, and if 2 more boys come out we will name them Tenich and Diego. Tenich for Tenich Huerta, the actor of The Purge Forever, and Narcos Mexico, and Diego for Diego Luna, the actor of Y2 Mama También and Star Wars Rogue One, and Casa de mi Padre. Wow, what wonderful names, since they are my favorite Mexican actors. Wow, Tenich Midoriya Amane, Diego Midoriya Amane, and Gail Midoriya Amane, what beautiful names, he said smiling, making Misa be filled with great joy. Misa. Yes, my husband wants to have a baby with me, said screaming happily. Izuku. Love blushing. Misa. Sorry, I got too emotional when you said children. God, that excited me. Izuku. Okay, but if we want to have our children it will not be in Japan, since they can look for us, and more seriously for me. Misa. Oh, I understand, the best thing is to leave the country to another place. Izuku. Don't worry, I'll think about where to go. Misa. Okay, finishing her coffee, well let's go since I want to go to the plaza. Izuku. Okay. Ryuk. Hey Izuku, can I steal those apples, pointing to a small basket of apples. Izuku. I already told you no, in the house I'll give you apples. So the of them leave the cafeteria, they were holding hands, and Izuku had a face mask and glasses so they wouldn't recognize him. At that someone collides with them, it was a little girl. Izuku. Hey little one, are you okay, stopping her, but the girl clings to him. Please help me, I beg you, please help me, shedding tears. Misa. What's happening, little one, confused. At that a man comes out of the shadows. Tasaki. Eri, come here, super serious, and Eri goes with Tasaki. I regret that my daughter bothered them. Izuku. Why does she have many bandages, seriously? Tasaki. Well, sometimes she plays and scratches some parts of her body, that's why she has many bandages. Misa. And it is not strange to her that she has many, she would slowly take out her death note and her pen. Tasaki. Well, we went to withdraw, pulling Eri, and the 2 of them leave, but Chisaki begins to grab her chest very tightly, and Izuku runs to Eri and grabs her and takes her away from there. Misa. Calm down, my little one, just don't watch grabbing her and hugging her, while Chisaki grabbed her chest tightly until she slowly stopped moving, thus dying Chisaki forever, and they leave from there, leaving the body there, and arrived at Mrs. apartment, where they open the door and sit her on a couch. Misa. Ready, little one, you are now safe, said smiling. Izuku. Very well, little one, now tell us your name. Eri. My name is Eri. Misa. Tell us, Eri, what that monster was holding you for. Eri. They used my blood to create anti-quirk bullets, but they held it day and night, she said, super sad and shedding some tears, remembering everything they held her, making Izuku and Misa get very angry and hug Eri tightly. Izuku. Calm down, my beautiful girl, nothing is going to happen to you again while we are here. Misa. Yes, my girl, nobody is going to hurt you again while we are here, they said smiling, and Eri hugs them both very tightly. Eri. Thanks mom, thanks dad, she said, crying with happiness, making Izuku and Misa smile as Eri called them. Hours later. Izuku. Where will Misa be? Looking everywhere since she was in an alley, it was already night. Misa. Izuku running to him and knocking him to the ground and starting to kiss him, and the 2 separate with a threat of saliva. Misa. Sorry my love for taking so long, it's just that Eri is hard to sleep since I had to read her different stories, but she's already fast asleep, standing up just like Izuku. Izuku. Misa, we have to talk. Misa. What, love, if it's about Chisaki it doesn't matter. Izuku. We have to leave the country. Misa. If we are going to leave the country. Izuku. Soon, serious. Misa. What are you talking about? Izuku. Look, taking out, showing a video. Reporter. And in other news, the body of Izuku Midoriya was never found, however there is a rumor that he may be alive, since many footprints were found in the place where they found the corpse of Inko Midoriya, the mother of Izuku Midoriya. It is recommended, if you find Izuku Midoriya, quickly go to police services or contact a hero. Misa. My god, said shocked. Izuku. We will be in serious trouble if they find us. Misa. Don't worry love, I will try that nobody gets close to you and more, to my daughter, smiling, making her eyes light up a deep red. Izuku. No matter what happens I will never leave them alone, he said smiling, taking Misa's hands, blushing. Misa. I love you Izuku. Izuku. I love you Misa. So the 2 kissed and returned home to sleep. Chapter 7, The Horrible Truth. Narrator. We see Eri waking up happily and gets out of bed, where she goes out to the living room and sits in the living room where she turned on the TV and started watching Turning Red, but sees the death note there on the table. Eri. What is this holding the death note? It seems that it is a notebook to draw. I will draw something, grabbing some colors. Ryuk. Hey girl. Eri. Seeing Ryuk and Ram. That is not a notebook to draw. Eri. AI is screaming loud, making Izuku and Misa wake up suddenly, and they run like lightning to the room. Izuku. Eri, what's wrong? Misa. What happened? Prince is super worried. Eri. Mommy, Daddy running Asia they at the same time cried, who are they? Lisa. Who's seeing Ryuk and Rem? Rem Ryuk. It's not our fault. Izuku. Ah daughter listen they are Rem and Ryuk they are friends and they are good even if their appearance does not help them. Lisa. Yes daughter they are good since they helped us in your rescue but calm down daughter they will not do anything to you since they are our friends, he said smiling and Eri calms down. Eri? Really? Ryuk. Yes but don't worry, what if they bully you just right here giving him the death note. Eri. Really they are my friends. Rem. Yes we are friends. Eri. Ah okay wiping her tears, hello Ryuk hello Rem. Rem. Hello girl. Ryuk. You know little one if one day someone bothers you at school they just write their name and everything is regulated. Izuku. No Ryuk don't tell him that daughter soon your mother and I will teach you how to use the book. Lisa. Yes but for now don't write anything okay daughter. Eri. Okay mommy. Lisa. Well let's all have breakfast. Time sky year later. We see Tsuyu in her room watching the video again. Momo. Find something. Jiru. If you found something. Tsuyu. Unfortunately not upset and sad. Momo. It's been more than a year and we still haven't found anything. Jiru. But not there that give up maybe one day we will find the truth. Momo. Poor Izuku did not deserve that fate and less to die that way. Tsuyu. But well maybe he is already resting in peace after everything he has done for us. Momo. He deserves to rest at least and I think he is happy with his mother. Jiru. Yes he deserves to rest from everything that has happened in his life. Haminari. Girls open quickly knocking loudly. Momo. What's happening leaving his room? Haminari. Come on Momo your boyfriend is fighting with the explosive. Momo. Running to the living room where he sees Todoroki and Bakugo fighting hitting each other. Hiroshima. Yeah bro calm down separating him. Uraraka. Yeah love don't fight with this idiot. Todoroki. Say it again you piece of shit walker. Bakugo. That Izuku was just a useless piece of shit who always got in our way. Todoroki. Shut up, hitting him in the nose. Jiru. Calm down both of you. Mineta. Hey everyone, look at this, pointing at the TV where none other than All for One and the League of Villains was. Afo. Hello everyone, it's a pleasure to see you again, I'm happy to see you again, and I'm back again, anyway, I have something to confess, do you remember Izuku Midoriya, right? Smiling while everyone made an annoyed face when they remembered him, yes, well since you remembered him, I would like to tell you something very important, and that is that you better say it, son. Shigaraki. That Izuku Midoriya is innocent, he was never the traitor, but he was making space for him. To everyone's surprise, none other than Iida enters, who was as if nothing had happened. Iida. Hello everyone, since we are in confession, we had the idea for the video, but what big lie fell idiots. Shigaraki. If you are the real traitor since you fell into our trap and what a shame that he died being a great hero. And that a video is put where Izuku was massacred by all his companions massacred Izuku and how Bakugo killed Izuku's mother, leaving everyone shocked and more Mitsuki who was super shocked since she never thought that her son killed her best friend. Afo. But you know our plan was to frame him so that they could put him in Tartarus, but I never thought they would make the job very easy for us, but thanks, All Might for removing your successor from our path, but it doesn't matter anymore because now we are unstoppable and Shigaraki is a great successor. But Shigaraki began to feel strange where Shigaraki throws himself to the ground. Shigaraki. Son are you okay? Iida. Friend is okay. And that Shigaraki touches the ground and began to disintegrate everything around him. Shigaraki. But trying to stop, but Shigaraki disintegrated everything around him the worst of all is that he was in Destro's mansion, that was until Shigaraki stopped and Shigaraki looked around seeing that everything was in ruins. Shigaraki. But in shock, if I didn't do it shocked and grabs his neck, wait no. At that Shigaraki quickly disintegrates dying quickly. Bakugo. But what but he grabs his chest. Uraraka. Love grabbing her chest. Mineta. Shit grabbing her chest and everyone who betrayed Izuku died. But the teachers. Lag King. Oh, shit. Almight. Shit I can't breathe grabbing his chest. At that all the teachers all died in a strange way. Nezu. But what happened? Midnight. Quickly call us many ambulances. But Izuku. Izuku. And ready, I've finished closing his death note. Ryuk. It was a very simple death honestly. Izuku. I'm idiots who weren't worth it the truth so killing them was the easiest thing I've done, I didn't want it to be so important anyway saved if death note, now yes family let's see Barbie. The Sairi. Yee. Chapter 8 Izuku vs Milo and Nier. Narrator. Days would pass in which everyone was shocked how Shigaraki killed the League of Villains and the entire Redestro organization. All the villains who were in the mansion also died, making more than 1,000 villains die, and this week all the heroes investigated everything about the deaths of the UA and the villains, since it seemed strange to them that they died on the same day, and more those of the UA, and these days, Mitsuki never forgave Bakugo for what he did, since now she no longer considered him her son, and these days crime had decreased by percent since because maybe someone with a mind control quirk would kill them, but everyone was now more afraid since the deaths of villains did not stop or more deaths were added every day, something that always confused all the heroes a lot since they died for no apparent reason. But that was not the worst is that everything that his Izuku companions did to him came to light, something that made the UA booed and hated by everyone and more by the heroes since they killed someone innocent, so everyone nicknamed it the worst school in the world. And what does our green-haired boy do now? Narrator. We see Izuku at his mother's house. Ryuk. Can you know why we are here? Ram. If here is almost destroyed, seeing that everything was upside down, I think it was the blonde. Ryuk. Do not leave that aside, they're juicy apples, eating an apple. Ram. You only care about apples. Izuku. We are here because I want to look for something that belonged to my mother that is super valuable to me. Looking in Inko's room. Ryuk. I think she is no longer alone, we are wasting time. Izuku. I feel like she is here, I feel it. Looking in the drawers. Ah, I already found it, taking out a little box. Ram. What is that? Izuku. Look, opening the little box, seeing that it was a wedding ring. It is a wedding ring that belonged to my mother, that is why I came here very urgently to see if it was, since I want to propose to Misa. Ryuk. This will be put interesting, eating another apple. Ram. Humans are somewhat strange. Izuku. Yes, but at least I will be happy with the love of my life. Now let's go or get discovered. Leaving the apartment where the of them went to Misa's apartment where they arrive. Izuku. Love, I already arrived, but he is in shock since what he was seeing is that the entire apartment was destroyed, super destroyed. Izuku. But what happened? Misa. Love, eerie daughter calling the men looking for them where she sees that they were not there. Ryuk. Izuku, maybe you are not going to like this training a leaf. Izuku. If you want your daughter and girlfriend alive, come to this address and give me the death note. My brother already has one, now yours is missing. Annoying, breaking at the leaf. Ram. Why didn't they kill you? Izuku. Why, maybe Misa gave my name different, but come on, let's go. With Misa. Near, that is. Near. No, it is not Izuku's name. Try more. Milo. Milo. Well, if you don't tell us we will do the worst to you. Misa. Well, his name is Lorenzo Ferro. Near. That is not. He is also an actor and singer from Argentina. Milo. Tell us for a good time. Misa. I think I have it, it's Gael Garcia Berna. Near. No, it is not us, besides he is a Mexican actor. Milo. Well, you already have me armed, taking out his gun, tell us once and for all. Misa. Well, it's Jose Tenochtitlan. Near. Damn, that is not. He is also the actor from Narcos Mexico. Milo. There, you fed me up, your time has come. Loading the gun. Misa. Wait, I know which one it is Diego Luna. Near. Already shoot him better. Milo. Okay, I was about to pull the trigger. Izuku. Get away from her by punching her with % of the one for all. Near. There you are, taking out an airwave, making Izuku fly. Izuku. Sons of bitches, running, but Milo would throw a fireball that sends him far away, that takes him out of a warehouse that was in the forest. Izuku. What do you want? Damn annoying. Near. That you finish all this and we be the owners of the death note. Milo. You see, when Light Yagami was alive he was unstoppable, but one day he died and we tried everything to obtain the death note, but Misa was the one who had it, but we wanted both, and thanks to you we have both, so we are no longer interested in having you throwing fireballs that Izuku dodges, but punches Milo. Near. You forgot about me taking out a large airwave that sends Izuku far away. Izuku. Wretches in a lot of pain. Milo. Take a step further and they die, taking out their guns. Izuku. Leave them, damn, taking out their whips, where he sends Milo far away, and Near takes out a wave of air that sends him far away. Misa. Aya screaming loudly. Izuku. Misa, but is horrified since Misa had her arm cut off. Near. Come closer and we will kill them. Milo. And then we will finish you off. Izuku. You will be sons of bitches, if someone hurts my family or my daughter I will kill you, he said furiously. At that point two wings come out behind Izuku. Izuku. But seeing that he had wings and flies a little, no wait. I would not finish speaking as the wings burn next to Izuku. Izuku. Aya burning. Ram. That's what I think it is. Ryuk. Ha, this boy is already one of us. Near. But what's wrong with him? In shock. Misa. Worried love, trying to get out of the chairs and succeeds and unties Eri. Eri. Daddy Nuuo screaming and crying. But he went out and goes Izuku, but his appearance was completely different since Izuku brought the body as burned and brought the body as open, but little fire came out, but what was most striking was that he had large horns and brought the legs like a goat. Izuku. Leave my family alone, said macabrely. Near. But what happened to him? Ryuk. Apparently he became a Shinigami smiling. Milo. I don't give a buck, he has to die, shooting Izuku where Izuku runs and punches Milo so hard that he sends him far away. Near. Can't believe a boy transformed into a Shinigami throwing an airwave, but Izuku grabs it and returns it with great force, but it was fire. Near. Damn, touching his face seeing that a lot of blood was coming out. Milo. Unloading, shooting him and Izuku received many shots. Izuku. They already tired me, Misa, take Eri away now. Misa. Come on, Eri, running at the same time he carried her. Milo. I'll kill you, I wouldn't finish speaking when Izuku sinks his claws into his stomach. Near. Brother throwing an air slingshot where Izuku disappears, where the hell is he? But Izuku digs his horns into his back, doing that I screamed heartbreakingly, and Izuku grabs him by the head and pulls him, splitting him in half. Milo. Brother, shitty wretch, putting out a lot of fire. But with a quick movement Izuku created a shield where he throws it, grabbing him I sent many meters. Milo. Unhappy shooting but he runs out. Izuku. How stupid, giving him a kick that sends him far away, but some whips will love him, come here now. At that many snakes come out and go right to where they started to tie him up. Milo. Wait please, screaming since the snakes were squeezing him a lot, wait, I'll give you whatever, how about we are allies to dominate the world? Izuku. All I want is my family. Dominating the world was never my dream, but rather forming my own family. Milo. Hey, wait. At that, many snakes get into Milo's mouth and his stomach, thus dying the two brothers. Izuku. Damn, super tired. Misa. Love grabbing him. Izuku. No love, I'm going to burn you. Misa. I don't care, I only want you, putting him to bed at the same time he burned his hands. Izuku. Wow, so this is being a Shinigami, smiling a little. Misa. Calm down, you'll be fine, I assure you, touching his chest while burning his hands. Izuku. Love, don't touch me, you'll burn your beautiful hands. Misa. I don't care, only you are fine, love. Izuku. Yes, I just need to rest a little, I got very exhausted using my new power, but I'm fine, he said, smiling at the same time tired. But everyone sees that Izuku's skin began to dry to the point that the fire emanating from Izuku was going out. Eri. No dad, what's wrong? Izuku. Sorry but I have to go while it was drying. Misa. No, wait love, please wait, please don't go, please. Eri. No daddy, don't go, please stay, crying to Misa. Izuku. I'm so sorry but God is calling me. And that Izuku's entire body dries completely and his fire goes out and his body dried completely, implying that Izuku was dead. Misa. No. Eri. No dad, shocked, dad wake up please, crying. Misa. Love please, sniff, don't die please, I need you, please come back to me, I can't live without you, sniff, crying on Izuku's chest like Eri. Please don't go, love, I need you, please, sniff, don't leave me alone, you are the love of my life, crying. Ryuk. Hehehe. Ram. You find that funny? Ryuk. Yes, why isn't Izuku dead? He is, how do you say, evolving? Misa. Eri. Wait, looking at Ryuk, what did you say, shocked? Ryuk. Yes, and look now. And that Izuku's body began to break into 1,000 pieces. Izuku. Coming out completely, and Izuku looks at everyone, what happened? Misa. Sniff, Izuku hugging him while crying with joy. Eri. Daddy hugging him tightly. Izuku. Calm down, love, daughter, I'm fine now, I'm better. Misa. Izuku. Sniff, I thought you would really die. Eri. Daddy, I thought you were dead and gone forever. Izuku. No daughter, I will never die because now I will be with you forever. Misa. Love, I thought you would never wake up and leave me and my daughter alone. Izuku. Love, look at me, raising my face, I will never leave your side since I love you too much to the point that I always want to be with you, and now that we are parents, I will never leave you alone, smiling, and Misa kisses him. Misa. I love you, Izuku. Izuku. I love you, Misa, giving him a romantic kiss. Already at night. Misa. Okay love, if it's your decision it's fine, smiling. Izuku. Yes, because when my mother was alive, she and I had the dream of traveling to Los Angeles, California, but now I want to go with you to California to live with you and fulfill my mother's dream and mine. Misa. Yes. Misa. Oh my love, I am very happy, finally we will go live in another country. Izuku. Yes, and more, I will fulfill my mother's dream and we will fulfill it in her honor, smiling. Eri. Dad, today we are leaving. Izuku. Yes daughter, in fact already pack your things because we are already leaving. Ryuk. This is going to be interesting, eating apple. Bram. I just hope it's not garbage Los Angeles. Misa. Okay, let's go Erie, go pack. Ryuk. Hey Izuku, what are you going to do? Izuku. I'm going to call someone. Misa. Understanding we need to pack a lot of clothes my daughter and I entering with a large suitcase to the room. Minutes later. Misa. Well which one should I take? I don't know, I like both, but one is Gucci and the other is Chanel, better both. Erie. Mom can't see anymore trying to close her suitcase. Misa. Let me help you closing the suitcase, ready daughter, you're ready but not me now, which one should I take, the Jordans or the Nikes, better I ask your dad leaving the room. Misa. Hey love, but see that he was no longer there, where is Ryuk Rem? Rem. He's in the bathroom. Ryuk. But be careful, maybe he's upset. Misa. Calm down, I'll comfort him, looking through the door that was half open. Izuku. So you're telling me that they didn't cremate my mom right? Mitsuki. No son because when we found your mother her body was already very fresh and we said goodbye to bury her separately where they cremate them they always denied us everything and that's why we buried her I'm very sorry son. Izuku. I see annoyed grabbing his eyes he wipes some tears and hits the phone very annoyed. Misa. My god why did they bury her shocked seeing that Izuku was grabbing his eyes wiping away some tears. Izuku. Okay I'm going to visit her today and I'll see you at the airport really want to go with me to California. Mitsuki. Son when I found out what Bakugo did my world was completely destroyed but when you called me right now my world was restored and now I want to restart my life again like you like my son I want to start over wiping away his tears. Izuku. Okay wiping away his tears, I'll wait for you at the airport hanging up and leaves the bathroom smiling. Misa. Let's visit my mother-in-law and take all the time in the world. Izuku. Thank you very much for that smiling hugging Misa, I love you smiling. Hour later. We see the whole family gathered at the tombstone where Izuku leaves some flowers. Izuku. Sorry mom but I have to go to the United States since I am finally a great hero since I fulfilled he dream of both living in the United States. I promise I will always remember you all the time smiling touching Izuku's tombstone. I love you mom I will never forget you. Misa. Don't worry mother-in-law I will take good care of Izuku and our babies forever smiling hugging Izuku. Erie. Hello grandma finally I meet you in person since I only knew you in photos but finally I meet you in person she said happily making everyone smile. Hour later. Izuku. Well family it's time to go goodbye mom I will never forget you she said sadly and starting to walk. Misa. She regretted that we couldn't take mother to the United States even with everything. Izuku. That doesn't inform walking seriously. Misa. What are you talking about? Izuku. The important thing is that I finally avenge my mother from the two people who killed her unjustly because of my mistake. Now they are in hell begging for forgiveness, but now I have a goal in life to correct this world and make a new world he said, seriously surprised everyone by Izuku's attitude. Chapter 9 Journey to Los Angeles. Narrator. We see Izuku sleeping peacefully and he was super calm and turns around to sleep well but wakes up a little and sees Ryuk's face out the window. Izuku. Screaming a little, there idiot don't scare me like that annoying. Ryuk. Ha 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 laughing entering the plane, this is very boring Izuku why don't we just stay in Japan? Izuku. Because they will be looking for me everywhere since I know what they had planned later. Rem. What they had planned? Izuku. They had planned to investigate the place where Shigaraki disintegrated the entire forest mansion and there maybe they would go look for my corpse to see if I am there and if I was not there maybe I had escaped and maybe he would have looked for me everywhere. Ryuk. I see. Rem. But now what are you going to do? Izuku. Start my life over in the United States and we will finally live in peace smiling. Ryuk. Well and what do you plan to do with the death note? Izuku. I will continue writing and killing all the parasites of this world to be a quiet world said seriously looking at the window. A few minutes later. Mitsuki. Well we are outside now we are going to rent a hotel. Izuku. In fact no since I was looking for an apartment while we were in Japan and I found many plus the manager of Misa helped us in everything. Mitsuki. I see then let's go to the apartment. Izuku. In fact I bought one for you alone. Mitsuki. Really surprised. Izuku. Yes in fact why don't we go at once? Minutes later. Mitsuki. Wow Izuku my apartment is super pretty. Izuku. Yes it's all yours mom. Mitsuki. Thank you very much son for all this I really don't know how to thank you. Izuku. It's nothing I know very well that you want to start your life over mom to be happier and now I understand so I give you this gift from me mom. Mitsuki. Thank you very much son hugging him. Already at night. Izuku. What a good day at least tomorrow we will walk around Los Angeles. Misa. Izuku said seductively. Izuku. Yes, what's wrong, but he would blush when he saw Mrs. Pajamas. Misa. Izuku, I know this news will take you by surprise, but my mother-in-law asked me if I can lend her Eri for tomorrow, since she wants to spend a day being a grandmother and granddaughter, so tomorrow we will have the day for the two of us, she said, flirtatiously blushing. Izuku. Izuku. SSS, if he is blushing, well. Misa. And since everyone is asleep, how about hugging him from behind? We have our night, she said, seductively taking off Izuku's sweater. The next day. We see Izuku and Misa walking through the streets of Los Angeles. Izuku. And now what will we do? Misa. Damn, my manager signed me up for a photoshoot for a magazine. Izuku. Ah, okay, let's go, and after they finish we will go for a walk, what do you think? Misa. Very good idea, Izuku. Hour later. Hammer Woman. Okay, look now, put on the most provocative look you can. Misa. But I only do that with my boyfriend. Hammer Woman. Come on, just do it a little. Also, don't worry, your boyfriend will fall in love with you even more. Misa. Well, putting on a flirty look and smiling in a hexy way, making Izuku blush, who was behind the camera woman. Hammer Woman. Very well, Misa, these photos will be a success, taking photos. Already in the afternoon. Izuku. I never thought of doing this. Misa. Do what thing? Izuku. Sit in the sand contemplating the sunset. Misa. Yes, it is super beautiful. The best of all is that tomorrow we are going to take a tour throughout the city of Los Angeles. Izuku. Hey love. Misa. What's up? Izuku. Do you think that one day our children will be great actors like you? Misa. Of course, but we have to teach them super well since being an actor is something complicated. Izuku. Yes, you're right, but it's that I've seen Eri is practicing to be a great actress. Misa. How good, I myself will teach her everything I know to be a great actor. Smiling. This part of my life, this small part is called happiness. Smiling. Izuku. How did you know that In Search of Happiness is my favorite movie? Misa. I know everything about you, love, because I love you. Smiling, hugging Izuku. Later I'll have to do some scenes for a series. Do you want to go? Izuku. Of course. Already at night. Actor. Oh, Vanessa. Misa. Yes, Edward. Edward. I love you too. Misa. Are you serious, Edward? Edward. Yes, I'm serious. Misa. But why didn't you tell me before? Edward. I was afraid to confess to you, but now we're together, approaching her to give her a kiss. Misa. Hey Mr. Director, I can't do it. I have a boyfriend. Remove the love scene. Director. Seriously, where does all this come from? Misa. We can't pretend we kissed. Director. Are you joking? Movies aren't made like that. Misa. If I say no, it's not annoying. Sitting down. Director. Please. Producer. Please, you're going to get us fired. Misa. Well, I'm sorry, but if you don't change the scene I'm not participating anymore. Manager. Let's see you talk to her, pulling Izuku. Izuku. Misa sitting next to him, do it seriously, I won't get upset. Misa. But it's not you, I can't kiss someone other than you. Izuku. Calm down, I know it's all acted, seriously I won't get mad, besides I know all this is acted. Misa. I know it's acted, but I don't want to kiss another man other than you, giving him a kiss. Oh, I had an idea, listen Director. Director. What do you want? Misa. He is Izuku Midoriya, my boyfriend, he can act for him, he said happily. Izuku. Wait, what? Director. Deal made, now put on your tuxedo, but quickly, in minutes we're going to record. Izuku. Love, what did you do? Minutes later. Izuku. Love, I feel like I'm going to ruin it with nerves, adjusting her wig. Misa. Calm down, you'll do it well, just improvise. Director. Ready in action. Misa. You really love me, but why didn't you tell me? Izuku. Look at Misa holding her hands, it's that your beauty is so dazzling that when I look at you, I get very scared to see you, and I considered myself very little for me, since you are like an angel fallen from heaven, something that I asked God, and finally you are here, and when I see you smile, and when I see you every day, that is what I want to see the most every day. I would not ask God for anything else, because I already ask him for everything I have always wanted in life to you, he said. Smiling, making Misa begin to shed tears of happiness for Izuku's beautiful words. Izuku. Don't cry, because I always want to see you happy, and if you cry I cry, and I love to see your smile every day. Smiling, and Misa could not hold back anymore and gives me a kiss of pure love that Izuku reciprocates while Misa continued crying. Director. Cut, screaming. Very well Misa, that was a good scene, so beautiful and full of feelings, that was a good shot, but see that Misa kept kissing Izuku. Okay, can you stop, it's a little awkward now. Izuku. Okay, already separating from the kiss. Misa. Sniff 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 Izuku me. I love Yaouu screaming with happiness hugging Izuku tightly. I am the luckiest woman in the world screaming and crying and puts her head on Izuku's chest while crying. Izuku. Calm down I will be with you forever smiling. In the morning. Izuku. Better now love wiping her tears. Misa. Yes I feel better now. Izuku. You are so good on TV looking at the lens. Misa. Yes and more with your beautiful words they were so beautiful. Izuku. It's because I took it out of my chest and my heart to tell you, but what matters to me is that finally we are well smiling. I love you Misa. Misa. I love you more taking off his shirt a little starting to kiss him and Izuku began to put his hand over her panties starting to chew her. Misa. Oh Izuku moaning and Izuku carries her and throws her on the bed, make me yours love. Izuku. That's what I plan to do to you taking off Mrs. panties. Meanwhile in Japan. Midnight. Waiaya. Izawa. What's wrong Namuri? Namuri. Look pointing at the TV seeing that it was Izuku. Izawa. Izuku is alive surprised. Namuri. He always was but how are we going to go look for him? Namuri. No wait looking closely, maybe it is not necessary to look for him since I think she is his girlfriend. Izawa. Then if my offspring is happy we let him be happy. But Izuku. Izuku moaning grabbing the sheets tightly. Izuku Misa giving him a kiss, Misa me. Misa do it inside me make me a son kissing Izuku. So the two of them Kuming and Misa gave a loud moan feeling the hot semen inside her. Chapter 10 Misa's pregnancy. Narrator. Weeks would pass in which the Misa Amane family lived happily in Los Angeles, California, now taking on their new life. In these weeks, crime had decreased super low to percent because all the villains in the world knew what was happening in Japan, so they decided to turn themselves in or stop doing evil. Something that everyone was surprised by since many heroes in the world were surprised, since billions of villains turned themselves in and more in Japan, since thousands of villains turned themselves in. Now crime had decreased to unimaginable numbers, and in these weeks Misa appeared more in movies and series, because now she was very famous in Hollywood and more Izuku who appeared in movies and series also taking small roles, but now he has more recognition appearing more in movies gaining more fame, something that Izuku never thought would go super far, even appearing in a movie. Something that made him very happy since he never thought he would appear in a movie and in these weeks Midnight and Izawa knew that Izuku was completely alive and they began to keep it a secret since they wanted them to look for Izuku and ruin his happiness. If they see that Izuku is happy, they would never ruin Izuku's happiness. This week the UA was closed by the government because of the murders that occurred at school. Everyone went to Shikeshu. Izuku's life got better again thanks to Misa, who made him happy all the time. What does our green-haired boy do now? Narrator. We see Izuku calmly watching Misa acting. Ryan. Good. Izuku enters. Izuku. Okay. Ryan entering the scene. And action. Misa. So you call yourself the Night Stalker? Izuku. Yes that's right. Misa. Why are you doing this since you have to explain everything to me since you are a super amazing killer, but I want to hear all your past your suffering everything Richard. Izuku. The worst thing that happened to me was everything annoying. Misa. What? Izuku. Suffering is everything there is suffering in the language that the world speaks, because I did not open to speak to them in the same annoying way. My mother worked in a factory in Chihuahua, Mexico in Ciudad Juarez. While I was pregnant with me I was poisoned before coming into the world and when I was born my family and I moved to El Paso, Texas and there when I was born I knew hell in person. My father wanted to kill me daily and once I hit my head and I had convulsions and my cousin. Miguel, but I tell him Mike lived with us he was an ex-soldier who came from the Vietnam War. He showed me many photos of his victims. He told me that I could be free that I would do whatever I wanted that I was free, but his wife Maria did not like that I was free, so he killed her super serious. Misa. But how sad Richard you went through a bad time, but don't worry Satan is here to take care of you. Brian. Cut was the best shot. Izuku. Finally taking off the long wig, poor Richard Ramirez maybe because they mistreated him super hard, he was like that a murderer cruel said half sad. Misa. Yes you're right, but maybe now he's happy in heaven or hell, since hell always seemed happy to him. Izuku. Yes I'm happy that very soon America Horror Story will be released he said happily. But Misa grabs her mouth tightly. Izuku. Love are you okay? But Misa runs out super fast where she goes to a bathroom where she started to vomit. Brian. Have you eaten something that made you sick? Izuku. Yes I think so and a question what series will be the next one, that is to say which one are you going to do next? Brian. Come get closer to my ear since it's confidential. Izuku. Okay getting closer. Brian. Dahmer Monster the story of Jeffrey Dahmer. Izuku. How shocked. Brian. Yes, and very soon Ramirez Monster, the story of Richard Ramirez. Izuku. Ah, how interesting, I'm going to see how Misa is. Week later. Izuku. Seriously, it's not something you ate. Ryuk. Oh, maybe he ate some of my apples. Iri. Mom, are you okay? Misa. Yes, I'm better now, I've stopped vomiting and it goes down to the bathroom, you know, why don't we go to the doctor later? Izuku. Yes, that would be better. Already at night. Ram. We're leaving. Misa. We're here since I came to do some studies on what's wrong with me. Ram. I think you have giant worms in your stomach, you're rotting. Misa. That's not how the body works, Ram. Izuku. How strange, why don't they call us curious? Doctor. Gentleman Midoriya Amane. Misa. Well, it's our turn carrying Eri. Minutes later. Doctor. Well, gentlemen, I have great news. Misa. It was just vomit and I will act again. Doctor. No more Misa Amane, you are pregnant. Misa. Wah. Misa. It can't be there now, we don't know if it's a girl or a boy, I want a girl, annoying. Izuku. Calm down, if it turns out to be a boy I will try everything possible for it to be a girl. Misa. Thank you very much, love. Izuku. Very well, now stay here because I need to do something. Misa. Are you going to buy things for our daughter, shedding small tears? Izuku. Soon, Misa, not now, but I'm going for something very important that will make you happy soon. Misa. Oh, how exciting. I want the day to come and for our daughter to be a great actress and be very famous everywhere just like us. Izuku. Love, giving her a kiss. Ryuk. Hehehe, look at the face he made laughing, and Izuku and Misa separate. Izuku. I'll be back soon, love, I won't be long. Misa. Promise me you'll give me more kisses when you get back. Izuku. Yes, I promise, but now I have to go. Misa. Take care of yourself, my love, said in love. Izuku. Yes, I promise, leaving. Minutes later. Mitsuki. Damn, don't tell me I left it in Japan, upset. Izuku. It's not in this drawer, taking out a drawer. Mitsuki. I remember very well that I put it first in the suitcase, upset. Oh, I already found it, taking out a little box. Izuku. Yes, thanks mom for saving it. Mitsuki. It's nothing, besides it was very valuable to your mother, and when are you going to propose to Misa? Izuku. In a week, since I need everything to be perfect, I mean I want it to be unforgettable. Mitsuki. I will support you in everything, son. Izuku. Thanks mom. Week later. When I go to the United States, the first thing I'm going to do is see the GTA fair in person, that's my dream. We see Izuku sitting on a bench, super calm, watching the sea while he looked at the beach, seeing the families having fun, and began to imagine his life with his family and his children, having a super good time, making Izuku smile, but someone covers his eyes. Misa. Who am I? Izuku. Let me guess, a beautiful woman that I love very much and who is the love of my life and is the most beautiful of all, said happily. Misa. There, how romantic, he said happily, giving Izuku a kiss. And why did you quote me here? Izuku. Well, it's just that I wanted to spend an afternoon, the two of us together, so we can have an unforgettable time, he said smiling. Misa. Well, what are we waiting for, let's go grab Izuku right away. So Izuku and Misa began to have fun like never before, and Misa and Izuku got on all the games at the fair, where Izuku and Misa had fun like never before, while the two remembered the day and that they met like that was until the night where everything remained the same and completely illuminated by the lights of the fair. Misa. What a nice day it was today, love, but go to Izuku, a little blushed, something is wrong, love, are you sick? Izuku. Well, Misa, this year that we have been dating I can no longer hide it anymore, since I really love you too much, you are the woman who broke my heart and you are the best thing that has happened to me, and you are the only woman who always loved me apart from my mother and my mother Mitsuki, and I love you more when you gave me the news that you are pregnant, you are my sea, my sky, my moon, you are all my I know what Aria without you, so Misa, I want to ask you this. Misa. And what is Izuku, blushing since Izuku was kneeling and takes out a red box and opens it showing a ring. Izuku. Misa, love me, will you marry me? Final chapter. Izuku. Misa Amane, will you marry me, he said smiling and blushing. Misa burst into a big cry of happiness since she had waited for this moment all her life. Misa. Yes, I accept, screaming happily, throwing herself into Izuku's arms. This is the best day of my life, I am the happiest woman in the world, she said, screaming super loud, hugging Izuku very tightly. Misa. You don't know how much I was waiting for this moment, now we will all be a happy family, she said, happily hugging Izuku. Izuku. I love you, Misa. Misa. I love you too, Izuku, giving him a kiss. Timesky week later. We see Izuku smiling at the altar, super excited since he was finally going to marry the person he loved. Ryuk. Hey Izuku, I know everything is very beautiful, but what are you going to do when your children touch the death note? Izuku. I will teach them everything, I mean I will train them, I will teach them how to use it, and plus one for all, since I want them to be heroes at the same time heroes with the Death Note smiling. Reich. Fine, but please don't let your children do something stupid eating apple. Bram. Look who's coming Izuku. At that Izuku turns around and sees Misa entering in her long pretty, beautiful and super expensive dress, while Mitsuki took her to the altar, while Leiri threw white petals at Misa's feet, and Izuku just smiles at the beauty that his girlfriend gave off, and Misa began to remember how they met, and how they had Eri getting a smile, and Misa arrives at the altar where Misa smiles at her, and they look at the father. Father. Dear brothers, we are gathered here to witness the union between Izuku Midoriya and Misa Amane. Hour later. Father. Well, time for the vows, and now Izuku Midoriya will say his vows. Izuku. I Izuku Midoriya promise to be faithful to you forever and be with you through thick and thin. I promise to give you all the time possible, so that you never feel alone. I promise that I will always be by your side, and I promise to protect you and my children, and above all, I will never leave them alone, and I promise to give you everything that is within my reach, and to be with you in everything, and I will protect my family, and I will always make you smile, and I will always love you said. Smiling even though it seemed like she wanted to cry. Father. Well, now it's your turn watching Misa. Misa. I Misa Amane, I promise to be the best wife, friend and lover of yours, since I feel super happy to be your wife, and I promise that I will always love you and take care of our children, and I promise to be with you in good times and bad, and I will always be there for you, and I will take care of our children, and I will cook for you since I am happy that you are my husband, and I promise that I will always love you forever, she said crying with happiness, and Izuku takes her hands to calm her down. Father. Well, by the power that has been given to me and before the eyes of God, I declare you husband and wife. You may now kiss the bride. At that, Izuku grabs her by the hips and gives her a big kiss that the two shared, while everyone applauded for the great moment until the two separate with a thread of saliva. Izuku Misa. Finally we got married, they said happily, making everyone clap louder. Already at the party. Izuku. Wow, love, the cake is beautiful, he said happily, and how did you know that I liked Funkos, he said happily. Misa. I know you perfectly, love, now wait for me, I will give you a surprise, she said happily going up on stage. Hello everyone, thank you very much for coming to my husband and I's wedding, and today I want to dedicate this great song, the song I dedicate it to you, love. So Misa began to sing. So Misa was singing super happy while she shed tears, remembering the great moments that happened with Izuku, and finished, and Izuku gets on stage. Izuku. That was the best song, I love you Misa. Misa. I love you too, Izuku giving her a kiss. Times 9 months later. Izuku. Honey, I already arrived, entering your house and goes to the living room, look what I bought, love. Misa. Okay, I'll see it later since I'm very focused. Izuku. But if it's just yoga watching the video. Misa. It's yoga for pregnant women. Izuku. Yes, whatever. Reich. You brought my apples, Izuku. Izuku. I brought many apples and look what I bought you, love. Misa. They're what beautiful shoes for Tenich said happily. Izuku. Yes, I bought two because I feel like there are going to be more children smiling. Mitsuki. But how pretty, Izuku, come let's eat, I made them something very delicious. Izuku. Thanks mom, let's go, love grabbing Misa. Misa. When do you think they are going to be born? Ram. I think that tonight. Misa. How do you know? Ram. Because I feel like that would happen. Mitsuki. Well then let's eat, and Reich, I told you that apple cores go in the trash. Reich. Whatever, flying to the kitchen. In the morning. Misa. Izuku. What's wrong, love? Misa. AI is screaming in pain, seeing that a lot of water was coming out. Izuku, the baby is coming, she said, scared and breathing in pain. Izuku. Wait Misa, I'm going super worried, grabbing her things where she grabs her cell phone, the diaper bag and her things for the baby, and Izuku carries Miss like a princess, where she goes down to the second floor and goes for the keys, and everyone gets in the truck, and Eri was in the back where she started driving super fast, while calling Mitsuki. That's how it was that they arrived at the hospital, where Izuku gets her out super fast, and they get in. Izuku. Help please, my wife is going to give birth. Nurse. Oh my god, nurses, bring one stretcher quickly. So everyone arrived and got on the stretcher where everyone started running. Izuku. You're going to be okay, everything will be okay, just have faith, he said smiling, running. Nurse. Sorry, can't pass, stopping Izuku. Izuku. But I want to see my wife trying to get in. Nurse. Sorry but can't pass. Izuku. Oh damn annoying, my love, you're going to be okay, everything will be fine, just have a lot of faith, he said screaming while he sees how Misa was getting far away. That's when Mitsuki arrives. Mitsuki. Where is Misa? Izuku. She's in the delivery room. Mitsuki. Well, I'm going to entering the room. Izuku. She can enter and I can't sitting down. Eri. Dad, do you think she's okay, Mom? Izuku. I think so because she is a super strong woman, smiling. With Misa. Misa was pushing very hard while screaming in pain and holding Mitsuki's hand tightly. Mitsuki. Calm down, push very hard even if this moment in my life happened. Misa. Yes, I already realized it, screaming in pain. Nurse. It's already coming out, I can already see the head. So Misa was pushing very hard while screaming and crying in pain until boys and girls come out of mass where they quickly clean them and put blue blankets on the boys and pink blankets on the girls, and Misa looked at this through tears when she finally saw her children. Nurse. Congratulations, Miss Amane had children and they are beautiful, she said, smiling. Misa. Thank you very much, she said, crying with happiness, and falls asleep. Hour later. We see Misa with her children super happy. Misa. Hello Tenich, Gale, Diego, Salma, Zachitlen, Yuritsa, it's me, your mom, welcome to the world, I will love you forever, she said, smiling, hugging her babies. Nurse. Izuku, Midoriya, can you come in? At that, Izuku and everyone come in and come to mass with their babies. Misa. Izuku, come meet Tenich, Gale, Diego, Salma, Zachitlen, Yuritsa, she said, smiling, and Izuku approaches and sees her children. Where you carry them? Ryuk. Men are the same as you, Izuku. Ram. And girls are the same as Misa. Izuku. This is the best day of my life, love, I love you. Misa. I love you too, giving him a kiss. Eri. Dad, I want to meet them. Mitsuki. Oh, if you're missing your daughter carrying her, look, they are your little brothers. Eri. Hello little brothers, I am their older sister, we will all be happy together and we will be the best friends in the world, she said, smiling, bringing a smile to everyone. Timeskine several years later. We see Izuku returning to his mansion after working as a symbol of peace, and he arrives where he opens the door and two little ones hug him by the legs. Chris. You're finally here, Dad. Consuelo. You're finally here, Daddy, they said, smiling, and Izuku carries them. Izuku. Hello my little ones, carrying them and hugging them. Misa. Welcome home, honey. Izuku. Hello love, putting down his children and giving them a bouquet of roses, take, these are for you. Ryuk. Roses again, Izuku. Izuku. Oh, what's wrong with it, besides I know my wife likes them a lot, smiling. Misa. Thanks love, they are beautiful, but it seems you're very hungry, come let's eat. Izuku. I don't prefer to wait for my children to eat all together, and where are they? Ram. Surely at school. Izumi. Mom, Dad, we already arrived, all of Izuku's children and Misa entering. Izuku. Misa. Hello Tenich, Gale, Diego, Lorenzo, Christian, Josh, Joaquin, Alejandro, Alfonso, Guillermo, Eri, Salma, Lupita, Yuritsa, Izumi, Margot, Gal, Amber, Aislinn and Carmen, smiling, greeting their children, and Misa gives each one a kiss. Izuku. Misa. How did it go? Salma. It went well for us, Mom. Eri. Mom, Dad, Komi declared her love to Lorenzo. Izuku. Misa. Seriously surprised and happy. Lorenzo. Yes, it was something that was coming since I don't know what, she was in love with me, so now I have a girlfriend. Izuku. Congratulations son, you are a man now, I am proud of you, hugging him. Misa. Congratulations Lorenzo, you are now a man like your brothers, since Tenich has Namari, Gale has Marin, Diego has Yuzaki, Christian has Nagatoro, Josh has Mai, Joaquin has Hanabi, Alejandro has Kako, Alfonso has Tajina, and Guillermo has Tomo. Boys. Welcome to the brother club. Izuku. And when you invite her to dinner we want to meet her, Misa. And I will give them my blessing. Lorenzo. Mom, Dad, blushing. Ram. I'm not even surprised. Misa. Well let's go, the dinner is getting cold. Everyone. Okay Mom, love Misa. So everyone went to eat quietly while everyone talked about Lorenzo and Komi's relationship, blushing a lot, and everything was finally peace and quiet for our green-haired, despite the fact that unfortunate things have happened. Now he is happy with the love of his life and finally had what he had always wanted, a family with the love of his life, and everything was finally happiness for our green-haired, despite the fact that his mother was not here to see him and his grandchildren believe he knows that she is taking very good care of him, and they all lived happily ever after. Molotov's Puro. Narrator. We see Angel and Octavia arguing. Octavia. You don't even know anything about my boyfriend. Angel. So when he's asleep he's, and when he's straight 1 meter. Octavia. Hey wait, how the buck do you know that, furious? Angel. Female intuition dear, but anyway I want to be Caesar's second girlfriend. Octavia. That never, you don't even know what my boyfriend's favorite bands are. Angel. Molotov, Café Tacuba, Christian Nodal, Peso Pluma because I really like his Caesar haircut, Ailman, Santa Fe Clan, Eminem, Los Tigres del Norte, Los Tucanes de Tijuana. Octavia. But at least I know I suck her off really well. Angel. I sucked her off too and super well. Octavia. At least I know who her favorite horror character is. Angel. Michael Myers is her favorite annoying. Octavia. Hey. Angel. What? Octavia. Let's see if you can beat me at a little game of the King of Fighters. Angel. Octavia accepted. I will show you that I do it much better than you turning on this box and the controller at the same time. Octavia. I will beat you idiot, putting the game on and it starts. Angel. The King of Fighters is my love's favorite game. Octavia. I already knew that. I choose Alabama Lacha, Chessman, and Yussus. Angel. I choose Prince Clark's Dylan's Aymara. Octavia. Let this begin. So starting to fight. Octavia. You will die playing a trick and the prince died and Clack arrives. Angel. Now I will beat you by doing a combo and grabbing Chessman and raising him until he finishes his life and Jesus arrives. Octavia. I'll kill you with this, doing a combo, an energy ball that she throws at Clack, causing him to die. Angel. Like this, taking out another character, look at this combo. So Aymara started to peril to the Yussus, making him die quickly and Lacha was left and the two pounced. Octavia. You won't beat me, I'm the best at doing this and if you do combos, you'll take me down all my life. Angel. No. But Octavia does a combo that kills Aymara, thus Octavia wins. Octavia KO idiot said happily. Angel. Okay, you make it so delicious that I'm crying comically. Octavia winner, the one who pukes with Lacha will kick my buck off. Angel. Well, you won, but at night I'll make him enjoy. Octavia. We'll see. We guys are ready. Octavia. Yes, I'm all ready with everything and you dress me up. Me. Okay, we'll leave, in the meantime I'm going to go change. Angel. Do you want me to help you, sweetie? Me. No, locking myself in my room. It's already at night. Stole. Is there, my beautiful girl, you look precious. Octavia. That's right, father, because I am your successor, the dark magician who draws fire from her hands, and what are you disguised as? Stolas. Obviously a hexy demon. List. And I'm a super horny angel. Dabbed a kiss to Stolas. Luna. Hey bunch of horny guys, my Carnelitas doesn't like to see that hugging her shoulder. List. There, but how beautiful you look, daughter. Luna. I'm the Motherbicker. Stolas. Okay, the gay killer is a man. Luna. It's a lie, I'm a hungry wolf drawing a little blood. List. There, how cute my girls look, giving them both a kiss. I wonder what Moxie and Millie will dress up as. Moxie. Here we are, boss coming out with his Tiffany costume. Millie. And I already arrived with my great costume of the great Chucky taking out his knives. List. Moxie, wouldn't it be the other way around? Moxie. What do you mean? If my wife told me that Tiffany is the best? Octavia. It's not the other way around. Moxie. Well, what does it matter? Besides, all this going around looks divine on me. Luna. Well, who else is missing? Angel. Oh yeah babe, I'm ready to tease my boyfriend. I'm drive. Angel. If you're sick I'll cure you in a hexy way, said flirtatiously dressed as a nurse. List. All that's missing is Caesar and that's it. I'm already crazy. Stolas. I already knew it. Michael Myers burned. That's right, I'm Michael Myers. Now let's see Molotov. Minutes later. List. Idiot idiot singing happily. Stolas. One question, Molotov is a rock band, right? Yo. Damn, Swigro is the coolest band of all and the one they can never cancel for anything. Millie. How about we tell horror stories since today is Halloween? List. But tell cool things. Yo. Okay, here I go. One time when I was at the market working. Moxie. What did you do for a living? Yo. I worked at a stand with my grandma, took care of everything, but anyway, one night when my grandmother and I were going out, we saw someone screaming that he was a friend, that they nicknamed him Chameleon in a parking lot since he was indigenous, and I am too. He said something that scared me. Stolas. What did he say? I'll translate it for you. Black Friday it will be there, everything will turn black, he will come for you and kill you and take your soul. Millie. And what happened to him? I don't know, since he's been in the annex for a year, but when my grandmother scolded him the next day, since Chameleon sometimes worked with us, something that froze my blood, dude. Luna. What a thing. He told me yes, what I said is true. Moxie. AI is screaming in fear. Millie. Calm down baby, he was just a drug addict. But what has me thinking is who he was talking to, since he was talking to this guy, but I'm still thinking, what the hell, did he really say that, or because he was high, or just joking around? List. Whatever it is, anyway, he's already in the annex. This year it won't come out, I think. For the other little one they want another story of mine. All? Yes. Well, an event that happened to me when my brother and I went to the movies to see The Nun. Octavia. Your brother gave me a lot of tenderness. Yes, when we finished, well, we went to the house and I went to throw out the trash. I throw it out and I see a dog so big that starts barking at me and I throw some stones at it and it left. Millie. And that's terrifying. Me. What, a dog is almost huge and has a lot of fur and barks in a strange way. At the same time it ran in a strange way. I know them as the devil's dogs that are like spirits, but in the shape of a dog that steal drunks and children, from which I saved myself. List. Good story, but look, here we are. Me. Park in an empty spot. List. Of course. Minutes later. Me. Very well guys, Charlie and Baggy told me that they were also going to be here. Charlie. Cesar, and here I am. Me. Oh Charlie dear, hugging her, I'm glad you came here. Angel. Wow, the married couple came to Rock. Baggy. Actually Charlie wanted to know what Rock is, so we came to Earth. Me. I'm happy now they are from the Rocker family, but the iPhone rings. Wait, yeah, okay. Hey dude, there, I leave my daughter in your care. She went to the Zocalo and I want you to take care of her like you take care of your PS. Me. Yeah, boss. Oh, by the way, if I see that you don't come back virgin, I'll cut your balls off. Me. Yeah, boss. Well, and I'll call you every now and then, and if you don't answer I'll cut your penis off. Me. Yeah, boss. I hope you call me. I don't want to go through what happened in hell that I called you and you never answered. I hope you do answer me, asshole, and if you don't answer I'll cut your penis off. Me. Sorry boss, hanging. How I hate that cock-swallowing ape with cheeks like a clown and his blonde hair and freckles. You haven't hung up yet, Indian shitty hanging. Me. Well, whatever, let's go. Charlie. Wow Caesar, your state is super beautiful, seeing the Day of the Dead decorations. Me. Yes, every year it is put on the most iconic colors. Baggy. Mexican culture is the most interesting. Angel. But if you always said that Norway was the best. Stolas. Yes, it is the best, but it is super boring in Norway. Me. We always get happy in everything, that is why they named us the happiest country in the world. Smiling. Let's see, let's have a picus. Everyone. Come on, joining in. Me. But first, me just one. This is me. It's a pleasure that you all know my face for the first time, and the one grabbing me is a stranger who I don't know why grabbed me. Maybe he wanted to pass. Let's continue. So, taking my picture alone. Me. Okay guys, now everyone. Octavia. Yes, love. Me. Say let's get settled, it's about to start. So the whole race get settled. Stolas. I hope you're not too rude. Octavia. Dad, you're very rude. Stolas. Not there. Me. Silence, do you hear that? Lily. Oh yes, I know which one it is. Moxie. It's not the one you want to put in the Ramirez fanfic. Me. I guess I was surprised when that song came out. List. Oh, the guitar song. Me. Yes, but it's called Pachuco, and I'm one of them. Well, I'm kind of, now I'm a cholo, but a little Pachuco. At that all the lights go out. Me. Yee, it's going to start recording, but it sounds yes sir. Me. Yes sir, singing happily. Luna. It's from the somewhat strange movie about love and dogs. But it's starting to sound amateur. Tito. Whoever doesn't like it, book their mother. Me. Bucking balls. Yee. Thus beginning the song. Me. Ooh, screaming super loud. Luna. Okay, but don't scream loud. Me. Buck your mother, buck your mother, buck your mother, singing super happy, since it was the coolest band of all. Octavia. Buck your mother, screaming loud while everyone sang happily. Stolas. No daughter, don't say that. Moxie. You are right, your majesty is a very rude band. Me. Ooh, screaming happily. Lisme. Singing happily since they put the powerful. Luna. Wow, that song surprised me, recording while we sing and the song ends. Mickey. Now we will play the powerful, an old lady with many references. Me. What I love the most is that I know all the references they make, singing super happy. Millie. Oh, he said to Cuba coffee. Charlie. Yes, rock is the best. Thus ending the song. Brandy. Okay people, today I'm going to dedicate this song to all those racist gringos and buck their mother, Donald Trump. Me. Ooh. Stolas, long live Mexico and the homeland. Baggy, long live the Mexicans. Me, don't tell me you're a bitch, Mr. Bastard, I'll scare you for being racist, and asshole, don't call me a damn gringo bastard. Singing like that at the top of my lungs. In the morning. Me brother, does anyone have an aspirin? Angel, I have love. Me, give me one, but first let's take a picture. Ready, here I am, I know I'm a heartthrob. Angel. Every day I see you getting more handsome, giving me a kiss. Me. Thanks, now let's do horror marathons until dawn. In the morning. We were all watching a horror movie. Me. Let me tell you another horror story. Angel. Yes please sitting on the sofa bed. Here goes my experience making Izuku another because it took me a long time to do it. Okay back then I was super happy that I was going to make Izuku another this year and I was already excited. Octavia. Yes you had a party but tell how terrifying. It was me. Okay when I started the first chapter the power went out in my entire neighborhood. In the second I cut my hand so much blood came out. In the third chapter one fell down the stairs. In the fourth my grandmother got sick and I had to take care of her and in the fifth and sixth something horrible happened to me. Stolas. What happened? I got slightly sick, but that doesn't start. The scary part was in the 8th and 9th, because when I was finishing the 8th I got sick out of nowhere and I finished it and in the 9th I felt so much worse that they had to take me to the hospital and they told me I have dengue. Octavia. Their love that day I took care of you a lot. No and the worst was in chapter and because a tragedy happened since my brother got so bad they put him in the emergency room and my blood pressure dropped really bad. I mean my brother is so bad, don't buck with me there because I put all my fanfics on hold so I could take care of him and fortunately he was released but now he's sick but he's almost recovering. Stolas. How horrible that was. Charlie. And what happened next? Well my brother recovered and there I have a fanfic that I haven't finished called Izuku x Mitsuri that my brother was a fan of Mitsuri so I did it but I left it incomplete but I'll finish it soon. Aggie. I'm really sorry about what happened to your brother. Then I finished another's fanfic and finally everything ended but I don't know but something didn't want me to start it or will something end if you watch the anime or make the fanfic anyway want another one? All? Yes. This what I'm going to tell you if it was super real that it scared me and I'm still thinking what the hell is it okay that you don't believe me I respect you but this did get me a lot of farts until now I'm still thinking about it. It was May I was happy since I finally found the anime another that I start watching it there everything is normal and I finish it at night and I was about to sleep when my mom calls me I answer and she comes to me with the great news. Charlie. What happened? Angel. Tell me love. That my uncle Armando died at 9 and I asked him how what happened and he told me something that maybe it's a mere coincidence or if something happens. Stolas. What is it? He got sick at and died at that currently has me saying maybe something happens when you watch the anime for the first time. Charlie. Oh maybe it's something else. But I already went to visit him and everyone is happy but I have to give you all a warning. List. Talk fast you won't let me watch the Texas Chainsaw Massacre me. We will get a massive buck until dawn and everyone is invited. All? Yee. The stories I've told me really happened to me. I respect the people who want to believe me and those who don't, I respect them too. But this was really strong, what I experienced. I ask God that nothing happens to any of you. Anyway, and good night. Charlie. So what's your name? Tell me the Night Stalker. Charlie. I see you are the Night Stalker Richard Ramirez. Is that correct? Charlie. Well your full name is Ricardo Izuku Leyva Munoz Ramirez. Izuku Ramirez. Yes I prefer more Richard Ramirez or Izuku Ramirez since I like both. Charlie. Very well you arrived in hell for killing people and doing rituals to praise my father. Izuku Ramirez. You know your father I love him so much that's why he was anxious to get here adjusting his glasses. Charlie. Yes others too but we will send you to a much better place with new friends since in my hotel I already wanted to help you and now seeing your file you are strongly condemned to spend eternity here. Izuku Ramirez. I prefer that before seeing my father seriously again, fussing his long hair. Charlie. You will get along with your new friends. Izuku Ramirez. I hope yes and where are they? Charlie. Take the elevator where you go to the super low floor and someone will be waiting for you, take it, give it to the one below by giving it a leaf, welcome to the Has-Been Hotel. Izuku Ramirez. Thanks little one standing where he goes to the elevator where he reaches the top floor, I wonder if it will get cool walking down an elegant hallway and reaches a large room where there was none other than Carlos Izuku Robledo Puch and Izuku Ramirez looks at him while he put away his weapon. Izuku Ramirez. What's up? Izuku Robledo Puch. Hey and who the hell are you? Izuku Ramirez. What the buck? Izuku Dahmer. Guys I already finished I made heart stew with some fingers. Izuku Robledo Puch. Dude we have a new one. Izuku Dahmer. What the buck? Izuku Robledo Puch. Dad also brings cigarettes taking the cigarettes from Izuku Ramirez. Izuku Ramirez. 1 second who else is here? Izuku Chalaquero. Don't buck with me, America lost, it's screwing me because the buck I'm not alive to throw a beer at that angry commoner and who is that dude? Izuku Ramirez. I'm Izuku Ramirez or can you call me Richard? Izuku Robledo Puch. He looks interesting kid. Ichako Warnos. Hey Dahmer, the food is ready, I'm dying of hunger. Tell me Robledo Puch because I won't be able to go to the bank to rob him. I'm tired, but what the buck? Izuku Robledo Puch. Stupid, look at him, he's good. Ichako Warnos. Welcome to the brother club. Izuku Chalaquero. This is something to celebrate. Izuku Zodiaco. I'm here, sorry, I was doing business with the devil on TV, but who is he? Izuku Dahmer. He's the new Charlie, I think he sent it. Izuku Robledo Puch. Welcome back. Izuku Ramirez. Thanks guys. Izuku Dahmer. Come on, let's go, let's eat, dinner is getting cold. So everyone started while welcoming Izuku Ramirez. Let me know in the comments below if you guys want the next part. Also check out my other video that has been shown and left. Thank you for watching, if you enjoyed this video please like and share this video. And have a fantastic day, bye.